So I'm gonna tell you guys the entire story of Slander. Slander, I went to my friend's house, so we all did the pregame. So they got there at like 4, but because I don't drink, I was like, oh, I'll get there like a little bit later. So I got there at like 5. And then it was like my first time seeing some people in like 2 months. Like some of my friends, I've been so antisocial recently, so I haven't seen them almost in 2 months. So it was really good seeing everybody. I met new people, just like catching up with some people too. And then we go to the venue. So it was at LA Convention Center, which is also where Anime Expo is. So we go to LA Convention Center, and then so my best friend Adam was there too. Adam got his own ride there, so I was so excited because I haven't seen Adam in like a while. Like I haven't spent time with him, so it was like it was Saturday was extra special because like I got to spend time with a lot of people I haven't spent time with, you know. Adam and I were like coordinated because like the first thing you do when you go to any rave is you always go bathroom first. You always want to go bathroom as early as possible because you don't want to wait in super long lines. Then I'm texting Adam like the whole time, so I'm like, where are you? And he's like, where are you? He's like, he told me he's like under this like sign that says like first aid. I was like, I don't see it anywhere, but I was like in the girls bathroom line, so it's not like I'm gonna really see it. And then I'm just like, oh, we're gonna go back to the entrance. And so I kept telling him, I was like, go back to the entrance, go back to the entrance. And then so then like we're like waiting for our group because like our group, we just like when you go to the bathroom, like somehow you lose everybody because everyone's like, oh, I want to get drinks, I want to get water, I want to go to the bathroom, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then so it took us like probably like 30 or 40 minutes to just like reconvene with everybody. And then luckily right when we were almost done, like we also saw Adam, and so I gave him the biggest hug because I was like, oh, I'm so happy to see you. We went to go meet up with our friend, and then so our friend, she went with her friends. And so they had like a big yellow duck flag. And then so we were gonna hang out with them, and then so it was like chill. When we're like starting to like get more into the music, I see a totem that looks like our EDC totem. And I was like, that looks almost like our EDC totem, but a little bit like, but there's no way our EDC totem could be here because like it's at home. And then one of my friends told me like, oh no, it's not in the garage. Like I didn't see it in the garage today. And then like my friend like who like he keeps the totems, like he was at a retreat in Temecula, I think. So it was like pretty far away. And then so someone told, because they said, oh, like the totem was missing. I was like, did someone steal our totem? And then they're at Slander? Like, what the fudge? So I was like, that must be our totem because our totem is very unique. It was custom made by my friend, and I was just like, that looks too much like our totem. I'm gonna go fight a bitch. Like I was just like, someone stole our totem, brought it to Slander. I was like, I'm gonna go see who that is. Who stole our totem, you know? I tell my friends, I'm like, I'm gonna go see who has our totem. 2 of the girls came with me because they don't want me just wandering off, gonna go like confront someone that we don't know who it is, you know? And then so I go run through the crowd. I basically am like just like plowing through the crowd. Like I don't even like, I'm not even really saying excuse me or anything. I'm just like plowing through the crowd, and I'm just like, who has our totem? And then like I finally see the person carrying the totem. It was my friend that was in Temecula. He made a 2-hour drive to come surprise us at Slander. Like it's crazy to me because I had asked him earlier on in the week if he was going to Slander, and he said no, he can't because he has a retreat. And then to see him there, it was like so crazy to me because like while I was like plowing through the crowd, I was getting really riled up. I was like, who stole our totem? You know, like I was just like so mad. And then like for me to see my friend, and then like once I hug him, like I'm just like, oh my god, I can't believe you're here. I like almost started like crying because I was just like so overwhelmed with like just so many feelings. Did I fight him for lying to me? No, I did not. So I brought him back to the group, and then it was so like crazy. Like everyone was just in shock. We were all like, what are you doing here? Like we're like, we know, we saw, I saw his Instagram stories of him in Temecula. Like, it was so crazy to me. And then it was just so awesome. So it was like great to have him part of our group. He's like the person that has planned all of our rave events. So it was so disappointing that I thought that he wasn't gonna be there, and then to see him there, it was like surreal. It was so surreal. The kick his ass for stealing? No, of course not. He's like, I refer to him as our dictator because he plans all of our events and then he tells us where we're gonna go, you know. So it's like, as a joke, I call him like dictator. And then so then my friend, cause like we were pretty far back, but like my friend, he likes to be in the front of the stage, and then so he had one of the guys lead us, but this guy is like to get us to the front, it's really hard, right? So it's like you have to be very like insistent on pushing through. And then so this guy, like after a certain point, it was just like so crowded, and then like you just can't really go forward anymore. And then so we just like stayed there, and then my friend was just like, oh, I don't think we could go anywhere. But it was like, it was so crowded. It's like there's this point when you go to events and you push forward, there's this point where everyone just gives up because it's just so crowded. So like if you can get past this like incredibly like stuck area, you'll like if you get past that, it's even more, there's more space in the front, but to get past that place, it's so hard, right? So then my friend is just like, we can't go forward anymore. And so I was like, give me the totem. So I was holding the totem and I was like trying to like navigate us more forward, but like you can't go forward anymore. So I was like, okay, we'll go. My friend was like, let's just go to the left. I was like, okay. So we went to the left, and then my friend was like, okay, let's go this way. So he's like in my ear and then telling me where to go, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, excuse me, can I get through? And then everyone's always like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, and then my friend's like, okay, let's go there. And then it was just like we finally got through the really, really crowded area, but then we couldn't really find, because we had like almost 20 people, so it was like really hard to find a space that could accommodate 20 people. But after like 30 minutes of just pushing through the crowd, just like going left, going right, like we finally found a space that was like, oh, this is good. And then so we finally got our groups together, and then it was just so fun. The only sad thing is I did miss Dabin's set, like because I was pushing through the crowd holding the totem. I'm just like, excuse me, and I was so focused on trying to find like a place for our group to reconvene that like I didn't really get to listen to the music. But one of my friends said that Dabin did a Valorant set, and then he was like, who here loves Valorant? And then like he apparently did like a pretty like extended segment on like a Valorant like remix, and he was like showing visuals of Valorant, so I missed it, which is a bummer. But it's okay because I saw it at he did something similar, I think, at Countdown. So at Countdown he also did like a Valorant set. I remember the Countdown one because at Countdown Davin was like, who here loves Valorant? And I was like, yeah, woo! And then none of my friends really play games, so like everyone else was just really quiet, and I was just like the only person that was like screaming at the top of their lungs. I missed the important part. I did miss the important part. I missed the Valorant part. It was just really good. It was really good to just spend time with my friends, to dance with my friends, and then like we just had like a lot of just really cute moments together. So that's I think that's everything. Yeah, afterwards we were there for like 5 hours, and then towards like the last half my social anxiety started like kicking in. So then I was like I'm really tired and I really wanted to like just go home. And then so like at the end I like hugged my friends goodbye, and I was just really, it was a really emotional time because it was just like I really have missed spending time with them, and like leaving them was like bittersweet because it's like I wanted to spend more time with them, but then I was just like so done. And then so yeah, it was like so great. It was such a great time. But yeah, I was in recovery mode yesterday. When I got home from Slander, like I was in so much pain, like my legs were so sore, and then I basically was incredibly dehydrated and super hungry because I didn't eat dinner because I was at a rave. And so the first thing I did was heat up chicken, my chicken strips, and a ton of protein. And then I sat in the massage chair until I fell asleep. So then by the time I fell asleep, it was like my body had nutrients, so it was like, it wasn't in pain, but like when I first got home, like my muscles were so sore that it was so painful. My feet were so sore, it was so like, it was, I was just in pain. I could like, even if I wanted to sleep, I couldn't have relaxed enough to fall asleep. So it took me like 2 hours to finally like get to the point where I could fall asleep. Oh, you know, I actually forgot. I forgot this thing that happened at the end of Slander. So, you know, I left my group early. So, like, it was just 4 of us. We were walking back to our car across the street. There was like a hotel across the street. I think someone threw out money from the balcony, and then like it was just raining dollars. I tried to record it on my phone, but it wasn't like that much money that like you could capture the like what it looked like. But it was just such a weird way to end the night. One of my friends caught $1, and then there was like this like there were these street vendors. So LA is very popular for like after you go to events, there's always like street vendors. They sell hot dogs, they sell tacos, they sell like water bottles, soda, beer. And then so my friend went up to one of the street vendors and was like, how much do you sell like a Gatorade for? He was like, $5. And she's like, well, I only have $1. So then we just left. Thirsty.
Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye!